Welcome to the Gambit Zone. I'm your host, Captain Gambit, and in today's video, I review some Killjoy fundamentals I learned through gameplay. But before we get started, let's get to the question of the day. What type of agent would you like to see added next? I would love to see the addition of a new initiator. With having only Breach and Sova as the only options, it would be interesting to see what new abilities Riot could add into the mix and how it could potentially change the current meta. Here's a list of what we'll cover. Alright, so sit back, relax, grab your favorite snack, and let's get in the zone. Sentinels are defensive experts who can lock down areas and watch flanks, both on attacker and defender rounds. Her most favorable role would be as a lurker, as she can cover flanks with her turret and alarm bot. And her least favorable role would be as an entry, although utilizing her nano swarm on attack could work for pushing enemies away from common corners. However, it's not ideal since she is an incredible agent to have alive during the post-plant phase with her kit available. Now let's get to the reason why you're here, tips on abilities. Let's take a look at an ideal Killjoy setup and pay attention to my placements of her utility. Ultimately, setting up her kit this way is the best way to maximize it. All of her abilities are strong individually, but when paired and used together, Killjoy makes it very difficult to advance onto site. Now, although her nano swarm received a slight nerf, her ability to delay and gain information is still viable. Let's break her abilities apart. First, let's take a look at Alarm Bot and go over the best ways to utilize it. The range of the Alarm Bot is about 8 meters. It's easily heard by enemies and seen slightly above the range that it can be triggered. With this being said, placing the Alarm Bot at deep corners or in positions that enemies are more likely to run than walk would be best. You can use the Alarm Bot for multi-purposes. It's best used to gain information on its own by revealing enemy locations that may not be covered by you physically or by a teammate. Paired with a nano swarm at common choke points can delay pushes and eliminate opponents if done correctly. Aggressive use for the alarm bot is best placed in unexpected locations and can be used to gain information and used as a distraction. Killjoy, in my opinion, is best used for post-plant situations, planting an alarm bot near the bomb with a nano swarm to deal max damage and delay disarming the bomb yields great results. Be unpredictable. As with any tactic in this game, it's important that you constantly change things up. Otherwise, your enemies will expect traps in locations you've placed them and destroy them. Alright, here are some turret mechanics. The turret fires on enemies within a 180-degree cone. By default, her turret will be placed outwardly, but you can press E to rotate so it faces you. You cannot manually spin the turret around like you can with the Sage's Wall. The turret has 125 HP and fires after a brief 0.75 second delay in a 3-shot burst. The turret is best to gain information and to cover flanks. However, Omen, Brim, and Jet can easily counter it with their smokes, so be cautious of any sneaky Omens lurking around. The most obvious use for this on defense is to hold angles for you. You can pair this with a nanoswarm to delay pushes. I suggest using the nanoswarm after the turret has been destroyed because they are more likely to push in right after. The nanoswarm covers about 5 meters and you literally have to be within its damage range in order to see and destroy it, which has been made a lot easy to spot after the 1.07 patch update. The most common place for the nanoswarm is used at default plant locations. However, with multiple uses of this, the enemy team will plant in uncommon locations to avoid it or just look at the ground before planting and destroy it. For this reason, I like using the nanoswarm to delay pushes if I don't already have it paired with an alarm bot or turret. On attack, aggressive use of the nanoswarm is good when pushing because of a wide damage range. So for example, tossing the alarm bot in mid-vent on split is a great spot because of how small the area is and how wide the damage effect is on the nanoswarm. The radius of the ultimate is the same distance as the sound print while running. The most optimal placement of the lockdown is when you are able to cover off the entire site you're trying to plant. For example, in Ascent, while attacking B, using the ult in B main will push anyone out of sight for an easy plant. If you're attacking A site, a really good spot is in the corner across the lever of the door. It can clear out any player still hiding under a tower. In some cases, you can use this ultimate to counter the enemy Killjoy's ult and even fake a plant to have enemies rotate off a site you really want. If you made it this far to the video, thanks for watching. I hope it helped you in some way, maybe it was a good reminder, or you learned something new. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments who you would like to see next.